Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today's message, you are not your thoughts. Yes, you are not your thoughts, my friend. You are the observer of your thoughts. You are the awareness in which your thoughts are taking place. Yeah, you're not your thoughts. You simply notice your thoughts. You can simply notice your thoughts. You are the sky, and your thoughts are like the clouds. They're just passing by. They come and go, come and go. Let your thoughts simply just pass by. Observe them, be like, okay, I see you, and then let them go. I know it's easier said than done. It takes practice, but it's so worth it. Okay, it's worth the discipline, the practice, it's worth it. I haven't perfected it yet. I don't think any of us are really gonna, perfect this, craft of, but here's the thing, it's worth a try. You should do it more often, right? Observe your thoughts, write them down, simply notice instead of automatically agreeing with them. Like the moment they come up, you're like, yeah, that's so true. Oh my gosh. Start freaking out. You don't need that. No one needs that. You can't stay a victim of your thoughts. Your thoughts are not your friend, okay? So, thoughts generate from the frequency you're in. So when you're in this fearful state, when your nervous system is dysregulated, so say you're in this fearful state, naturally thoughts of that nature will come up. So thoughts like, what if my husband is cheating on me? What if this and that? What if I don't pass the exam tomorrow? What if I lose all my money? What if I wake up one day and I'm broke? And all these negative thoughts, right? Fearful thoughts. What if I lose, I don't know, this friend of mine, yeah, you get it. You get it. So yeah. So they're not as personal as you think they are. You don't have to believe every thought. You don't have to believe your thoughts at all. Okay, you can choose the ones you like, choose the ones you don't. And I know that's easier said than done, but like I said, it's worth it. It's worth a shot, Because I struggle. I have struggled a lot with my thoughts. I have so many thoughts, right? So many. And it's like they're eating me alive. And that's been going on for years and years, for most of my life. And, just recently, I started practicing this, the noticing. Yeah, I started just noticing. Simply noticing, taking the ones I like and the ones I don't like, well, they can, yeah. And I haven't perfected this. I don't think I'll ever perfect this, but at least now this is what I do more often, instead of battling with my thoughts and, fighting my thoughts. No, that's not true. Instead of doing that, I'm just like, okay, I see you. Yeah. I see you. Yeah. Because, we have like traumatic experiences, and experiences that really stick out, and, they have this charge, this energy, this energy charge that's still lingering in your field, your energy field, right? And the more you resist that, the more it grows, right? And it grows into like this entity of like bullshit. And we don't want that. And so it's important to simply notice, acknowledge, right? I see you, yeah. That happened. but you don't control me. You don't control me, bitch. You don't. Like, I'm not you. Okay? So, maybe you've had, okay, I'm gonna, like, maybe, like, from a personal experience. So, let's see. Okay, so when I was a child, when I was a kid, so when I was, like, I cried a lot in school, basically. Every day, in fact. I cried every day. So my guardian would drop me off to school, right? And then I'd, just start crying the moment she leaves. And that happened, like, every day. And from, like, kindergarten. No, from nursery. Duh, like, nursery. Yeah, from, like, nursery to when I was in, like, the 2nd grade. But I stopped in the 2nd grade. Anyway, so it went on and on. My first years of school. I cry every morning at school. When I get dropped off, guardian leaves, I cry. And that stopped, right? I overcame that. But now as an adult, sometimes I'd look back and be like, yeah, something's always been wrong with me, I've always been strange. This embarrassment and this sort of just, yeah. I just make the assumption that, hey, you know what? Something's always been wrong with me. So thoughts like that come up, right? Maybe this is just who I am. Maybe I'm just fucked up at the core, How harsh is that? Like, and I used to believe that. I was like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's actually true because that thing happened in the past, and so this must be true, you know what I mean? But it's not. It doesn't have to be true. Unless you assume it's true, then it will be true, and it will be true. So yeah. You don't have to accept every thought. You can acknowledge it, be like, okay, I see you, but you don't have to embody the thought. What else? I mean, okay, crush of mine. Like, I had this big crush, like, I don't know, in high school, elementary. I've had a lot of crushes. And they didn't like me back, right? He didn't like me back. And, now as an adult, I see a guy, I like him, but then, that thought comes up, oh, but he'll never like you back, because usually when you like someone, they don't like you back. So see, it generates, like, these, these thought patterns come from, traumas, experiences, right, from the past that really, stuck out and really felt the energy charge, right? And so, yeah, but you don't have to be a slave, okay? Because, what you assume persists. What you assume about yourself becomes true eventually, the more you persist, right? The more you, excuse me, the more you dominantly assume, right? The more you dominantly assume a thought, am I saying that? Okay, kind of getting a little distracted. I was sick for like 2 weeks, and I'm just, I'm better now, a lot better, but, there's still a little bit of, anyway, sorry. So, yeah. So we know from the law of assumption, conscious manifestation, that what you assume dominantly materializes, right? It persists. And, we don't want that. We don't want to be manifesting all this negative energy, right? So, okay. So I said, you are the observer of your thoughts, right? So you're the observer. You're simply noticing your thoughts. You're the awareness in which it's taking place. So that means you get to control them. Excuse me. Did you hear that? Sorry. lots of releases going on. So that means you get to control your thoughts. You get to choose your thoughts. Or you get to select which ones you like, which ones you don't, and you focus on the ones you like. So you get to direct your attention where you want it, because you're the observer of your thoughts, reality, everything. You are the awareness in which everything is taking place. You get to direct your attention where you want it. Okay? So, what's that saying again? Where your attention goes, energy flows. Something like that, right? That's true. It's so true. You know, you can do a little experiment, you know? You can do a little experiment on it. Try it out. See if I'm right. I don't have to be right. I'm just saying this is just how it is. You know what I mean? It's just how it is. It's how everything works. It's how life works. Where you put your attention, that's where the energy flows, and you create more of that. Whether you like it or not. And yeah, so I thought, you know, this is just worth talking about. Because as human beings, we just get so caught up in our heads, right? It's blah, blah, blah. You listen to that chatter in your head and you think it's true, and it stops you from thriving and doing all the fun stuff in life, actually living. And it's just so sad. Like, it's just sad. And it's not cute. It's not cute. No, ma'am. And you know, for the longest time, I'd wear hair extensions. I mean, for like 3 years now, 4 years, because I used to have really long hair. And so I grew up with long hair, always had long, straight hair, straight jet black hair, and then, you know, my hair started falling off. Not really falling off, but it got really damaged. Maybe it's because of all the, you know, the colorings, and, you know, because I get my hair dyed and stuff, and I didn't really take care of it properly. I'm not gonna cut that out. Yeah, but and so yeah, for 3 years I'd wear hair extensions, and when I'd wear them, I'd have the confidence, boom, confident, feel good. But when I'd take them off, boom, I'm like, yeah, this is me. Yeah. And, you know, whenever I'm wearing extensions, I feel like a catfish. You know, it's like, I feel like an imposter. And, for this video, I decided, you know what, I'm not going to wear hair extensions. If you check out my channel, like my past videos, always got the hair extensions on. But now I don't want to do that anymore, because I guess this is me just, you know, acknowledging my hair. Like, girl, I love my hair, and I know it's getting better. I know it is. I know it's getting longer and healthier. And my hair now, all good. Honestly, I love it. So I'm not, I don't have to wear extensions to feel good about myself. I can feel good about myself now. You make the decisions, really. You have the right to make your own decisions, decide your thoughts, decide what your thoughts are going to be. You can do that. We have free will. You get to choose. That's the good news. I still have negative thoughts. Like I said, I'm not perfect. They come up. But I guess the difference now is, I get to manage them, Because back then, I just, I'd give into it. Give into the thoughts, and then the emotions come up. Anger, lots of anger, anxiety. I start feeling anxious and fearful, and I feel like I'm being attacked every second. But technically, I was safe, And so, yeah. That's the message. Don't let your thoughts eat you alive. Okay? So yeah, guess that's it. Thank you for hanging out with me, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.